For most of human history, money has been treated as the ultimate goal. We are taught from a young age that earning more, saving more, and spending more wisely will eventually lead to happiness. Entire education systems are built around preparing people to earn a paycheck. Entire industries exist to help people grow their wealth. And yet, something strange has been happening quietly in the background. Despite rising incomes, better technology, and more opportunities than ever before, people feel more rushed, more exhausted, and more deprived than previous generations. The uncomfortable truth is this: money is no longer the scarcest resource in modern life. Time is. Every day, millions of people wake up to alarms they didn't choose, rush through mornings they barely remember, and spend most of their waking hours trading their time for money. At first, this trade seems fair. You give a few hours, you get paid, and life moves forward. But over time, something shifts. The hours stack up. The days blur together, and slowly, without noticing, people realize they have less and less control over how their life actually feels. They may have more money than their parents did, but they have far less freedom. What makes this even more confusing is that society still tells us the same old story: work harder, earn more, buy better things, upgrade your lifestyle. But here's the part nobody talks about. Money can be earned again. Time cannot. Once a day passes, it is gone forever. No investment, no promotion, no lucky break can bring it back. And yet, we spend time as if it's unlimited while guarding money as if it's rare. This shift didn't happen overnight. It crept in slowly, hidden behind convenience and progress. Technology promised to save time, but instead it filled every empty moment. Work became more flexible but also more invasive. The line between personal life and professional life blurred until it almost disappeared. Notifications replaced silence, emails replaced evenings, and rest became something you had to earn instead of something you were entitled to. In the past, time was structured differently. Work ended when the factory closed or when the sun went down. Weekends were clearer. Even boredom existed. There were moments when nothing demanded your attention. Today, those gaps are gone. Every spare second is filled with content, messages, updates, or tasks. Life feels faster not because time itself changed, but because everything now competes for it. This is why time has become more valuable than money. Not emotionally, not philosophically, but economically and practically. Time is the real currency of modern life. Everything you want, health, relationships, creativity, peace, requires time. And the more the world tries to take it from you, the more precious it becomes. Consider how people talk about success. Rarely do they say, "I want a calm life." More often they say, "I want to be rich." But when you look closely, what they usually mean is this: they want control over their time. They want to wake up without stress. They want freedom to choose what they do with their day. They want space to think, to rest, to live. Money is just the tool they believe will buy that freedom. But here's the twist: money only buys time up to a point. Beyond that, chasing more money often costs even more time. Longer hours, more responsibility, more pressure, more mental load, and suddenly the very thing people wanted money for, freedom, gets pushed further away. This creates a strange paradox. The people who have the least money are often forced to sell the most time: multiple jobs, long commutes, exhausting schedules. Meanwhile, the people with the most money can often buy time back. They delegate, they outsource, they avoid tasks they don't want to do. They design their days around energy, not survival. In this way, time becomes a luxury good. But the problem runs deeper than income. Even people who earn well feel trapped. Why? Because modern systems are designed to monetize attention and extract time. Social media platforms don't compete for your money first, they compete for your hours. Apps are engineered to keep you scrolling, watching, reacting, not because your time doesn't matter, but because it matters so much. The average person doesn't consciously decide to give away their time. It happens in tiny pieces: 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, a quick check that turns into an hour, a task that bleeds into the evening. Over a lifetime, these fragments add up to years, years that could have been spent learning, creating, resting, or simply being present. This is why burnout has become so common. It's not just about working too hard, it's about never fully disconnecting. The brain never gets closure. There is always something unfinished, something unread, something waiting. And without clear boundaries, time feels like it's constantly slipping through your fingers. Money stress is loud. Time stress is quiet. One shows up as bills and numbers. The other shows up as fatigue, irritability, and the feeling that life is rushing past you. And because it's harder to measure, it's often ignored. But here's the moment that changes everything. Once you see time as your most valuable asset, your priorities start to shift. You stop asking only how much does this pay and start asking how much time does this cost. You begin to notice which activities drain you and which ones restore you. You realize that not all hours are equal. Some give energy, others take it away. This awareness is powerful. It doesn't mean quitting your job or rejecting ambition. It means becoming intentional. It means understanding that every yes is also a no to something else. Every commitment takes time from another part of your life, and if you don't choose deliberately, the world will choose for you. The people who seem calm in a chaotic world aren't richer, they're clearer. They guard their time fiercely, they build systems that reduce friction, they simplify, they say no more often than yes, and most importantly, they align their time with what actually matters to them. This is where the idea of buying time becomes real. Buying time doesn't always mean spending money. Sometimes it means removing unnecessary obligations. Sometimes it means lowering lifestyle expectations. Sometimes it means choosing progress over perfection. And sometimes it means accepting less money in exchange for more control. Ironically, when people protect their time, they often end up doing better financially in the long run. With more space to think, they make better decisions. With more rest, they perform better. With more focus, they create more value. Time, when used well, compounds just like money. But the opposite is also true. When time is fragmented and exhausted, even high income can feel empty. You can afford more things but not more peace. You can buy comfort but not presence. You can schedule vacations but never fully relax during them. This is why regret at the end of life rarely sounds like, "I wish I made more money." It sounds like, "I wish I spent more time with people I loved," or "I wish I didn't rush so much," or "I wish I lived more deliberately." Regret is almost always about time. Modern life makes it easy to forget this. It trains us to optimize for speed, efficiency, and output. But a meaningful life isn't built by squeezing more tasks into each day. It's built by choosing fewer things and doing them with intention. The shift happening right now is subtle but profound. More people are questioning traditional success. More people are valuing flexibility over status. More people are choosing time-rich lives over money-rich ones. Remote work, minimalism, and slow living aren't trends, they're reactions to a system that treated time as disposable. This doesn't mean money doesn't matter. It does. Money provides security, it reduces stress, it creates options. But money is a means, not the end, and when it stops serving time, it stops serving life. The future will belong to those who understand this early, those who design their lives around energy, attention, and freedom, those who invest not just in stocks or businesses, but in habits that protect their hours, those who see time not as something to fill, but something to experience, because in the end, wealth isn't measured by what you own, it's measured by how you spend your days. And the quiet truth most people realize too late is this: when time runs out, money becomes meaningless. That's why time is becoming more valuable than money, not because money lost its power, but because time reveals what power really is. Thanks for watching our video.